Shoot. Oh. Hello, good morning, happy holidays. We're coming into our week 13, 13th session of Toshikan FLP. My name is Linda Yao, and I'm from Northeast Regional, and this is
Sarah Palmer from the Kensington Library.
And so this week, we're actually speaking about fan goods, or in my knowledge, fan merchandising. So one of those things in which, if you ever go to any Japanese conventions, on the show floor, or what is that word for that word? Where you actually go and go to the hall of where you can go and see official vendors, and they'll sell fan merchandises. Same thing goes with the Artist Alley. They also sell fan merchandises as well also. However, usually what equates as fan products is keychains, pins, wallets, clear files, stationery goods, memo pads, and jewelry, etc., etc., etc. This also counts under the umbrella of cosplay goods, where people would buy ready-made costumes of cosplay that they want to do. So a difference between shitajiki, I collect a lot of shitajiki, which is pencil board, Japanese pencil boards, versus clear files. Clear files are folders with images of the anime, images of anime in them. They also have like different things like figure stands, or like even if you look at the action figures, those are expensive, but they are actually official fan goods. Well, fan merchandising, like toys and stuff like that. I did want to talk also, another thing that is considered to be an official fan good is quote unquote the concert goods of artists such as like Jam Project, or such as like Johnny's, or such as like X Japan, or L'Arc-en-Ciel. I've been to different concerts where they would officially sell official merchandises, which could also include towels, lights, and CDs, and also fans, uchiwas, which is you could actually make your own, as well as also go to the official fan store in Harajuku. And this is only for one agency, which is Johnny's. So Johnny's as a group it's an idol agency, and they actually do sing anime theme songs, such as like V6, who sang Inuyasha's opening, or like SMAP, who sang the opening for Himi-chan no Ribbon, etc., etc., etc. I could actually kind of slightly go. Oh, One Piece is also sang by. There was a One Piece opening that was sang by, I think it's News. Can't remember now. But
there's Porno Graffiti is covered Melissa from Full Metal Alchemist. I actually have a wall full of, not a wall full, but a shelf full of CDs here. There goes everything on the shelf. A Naruto one, and many others. Carry on.
In the United States and often other countries that's not Japan, because the importation price of Japanese goods are often very expensive or very limited, that oftentimes what you would see is a lot of bootleg merchandise, which is an unfortunate reality, but it's also something in which it funnels the love of a series and all that and all the above. One thing I personally like to buy a lot of tchotchkes. All my collections is not in Philadelphia at this time. But I also do have to mention that autographs, when you go and meet artists, like mangakas, or like singing artists and idol fan meets, right? They would actually, if you pay enough, you could actually buy their autograph, as well as also handshaking. Actually, no, handshake is something that they would, handshake is something. Not anymore, and not at this time, but before pre-COVID, I remember I got to touch the hands of my favorite fan, which is Jam Project. Actually, I touched them. I actually did a high five with them, so it's like high touch, and I was really seriously fangirling. Oh, and also whenever you meet like graphic novel artists, right,
Mhm.
or mangakas, they could actually draw something for you in their
Oh.
autograph. Like I actually do have a Natsume Ono drawing of Natsume Ono is the artist for the mangaka for Ristorante Paradiso, which I think I did see that Free Library does have a copy of Ristorante Paradiso. There's an anime for that one also. Other fan goods I've had is autographs and art books. Art books is considered to be also official fan merchandising.
Postcards that came with the DVD of
Yes.
Ristorante Paradiso.
When you buy DVDs in Japan or anything else, they could oftentimes give you like fan goods as well.
And in fact, let me chip in with that. In fact, a lot of the US releases do include fan goods. And let me show you two that I particularly liked. This is Natsume's Book of Friends booklet. So it looks like the actual Book of Friends from the series, but inside you get a lot of cool guides to the different episodes and so forth. And then I think both Bleach and Naruto and maybe some others like at least used to like to include these booklets of storyboards, so you can see some of the original sketching out of the episodes. Another thing that I got through buying DVDs was a special collection of the Urina DVDs, was the actual rose signet ring of Urina, but I have misplaced it, so I'm kicking myself about that.
So you could also see that a lot of different examples, which reminds me, Uniqlo. I don't know if you guys see it in any cities that you live in. Well, Philadelphia has a Uniqlo on, I believe it's Chestnut Street. They actually collaborate with a lot of Japanese companies, and they would actually make T-shirts that would brand off their products, which Shonen Jump is one of the companies that I actually went and bought like probably over $80 worth of T-shirts, because they have all the T-shirts I love to, of series I love to wear, like Rama One Half, like One Piece, like Haikyuu. Haikyuu is the Japanese balls. Also, I think Sailor Moon is also one of them also. That also reminds me, Sailor Moon actually has a couple of fan merchandising books that people do end up having. And right now, Sarah is showing off one of her shirts.
From a light novel series, 12 Kingdoms. It was made into an anime, but this art is, which I like better, is from the novel series. Really, I recommend the series, and I really love this shirt.
So fashion is a very big thing. Pins are a very big thing. I have actually, what's up?
Yeah, once you finish, I have a bunch of pins to share.
Yeah, I love this one time I really got this when I was in Animate, which is a Japanese official merchant vendor of products. They actually sold at that point Tegami Bachi, which is letter B, was still running. So they actually sold the pin for Tegami Bachi, which is letter B. I'm not sure, I can't remember if Free Library had purchased for, Tegami Bachi as a series, but it was, I always, that's one of my favorite merchandising from that series. Alongside of the Shitajiki, of course, which I do have a lot of autograph stuff with from, because I think of that as the best way of making sure I get an autograph and it's good. Another thing is, I was about to mention is that Sailor Moon would have these specific books that they publish that would be oftentimes guides for fans to create cosplay from, accurate cosplay from. So that is Sailor Moon's Materials Collection, which is a book. It's a last art book that's drawn by Naoki Takeuchi. So that one's the 6th book. And then there's also one book, it's called Sailor Moon Infinity. I don't believe I might have mentioned it before on the podcast, but I mentioned it to Sarah before. It is now Naoko Takeuchi's official doujinshi. It was only produced in limited quantities at a Comiket, which is, Comiket is Comiket. And so there was a very limited copies printed, and that it's sold at over $2,000 right now. If you ever see it online as a used book, it's $2,000 plus. Would you want to sell it? Would you want to buy it if it came up to you? If you had the opportunity to buy?
Not I.
Not I. Well, but that's how the love of certain series are. I've actually gone to a few different fan concerts. Like when I was in New York, I went to the Sailor Moon concert series, and I also went to when Final Fantasy's not distant. There was a video game concert series. I am sorry, my mind is blanking right now, but it's showing off all of Final Fantasy music. And so that's also fan situations.
Let me go ahead and show some of the pins and a couple of other things. Hang on, I need to turn on my cell phone there. Okay, so Inuyasha was one of my first series, and as such, I invested in a lot of DVDs and also some separate materials. So this, I believe, came with one of the DVDs, it's a little medallion. That says Inuyasha Limited Edition. But then I also got these chibified buttons, so they have a little snap on the back of the main Inuyasha characters. I also bought these.
Super deformed?
Yeah, super deformed, made into chibi characters. So I also got these more formal pins, which are very pretty, but maybe not as entertaining. And I got a similar one for Yu-Gi-Oh. Pins can be one of the things that does get into the bootleg or the fan-created fan good. So here are two big wind-up pins that are definitely fan-created to showcase a couple of pairings from Big Wind-Up. And then here's one that just features Kon from Bleach. Another quick fan-good thing, or not fan-good, but bootleg thing that I wanted to mention is this little card, which I bought at the now long gone Shanghai Bazaar in Philadelphia. And so I was naturally looking for anime things while I was shopping there. And I found these things that I don't know what their function is. It doesn't seem like they could be used as a play card, maybe as a trading thing, but not like for playing Yu-Gi-Oh per se. But I think one way you can tell it's not official is how close Kaiba and Yu-Gi are to each other there. It seems like it is catering to the shippers.
Is it like a laminated card?
No, it's just a cardboard card.
Ah, cardboard card. Okay. Because there is places in Chinatown that do sell like plushes and stuff like that. They do still, and you could see of it as maybe bootleg character products, but it's still something that people would buy if they don't have readily access to merchandises, which I don't know if you know about this. Chi Sweet Home a couple of years ago got bootlegged merchandise. So
I'm not surprised. I wanted to show you this little, I think this is a can that one of the little chibi pins came in, and it shows that not only are the figures themselves pretty adorable, but even the wrapping or the holders for the figures are adorable. We'll come back to more of my items later, but go on.
Okay, so oftentimes animation or any other product, they're actually used to promote other goods, such as like fashion items, or such as like food products, or such as even auto cars, because I remember seeing that One Piece actually did have auto steering wheel cover, as well as also if you ever see that they actually came out with certain cars, automobiles, if you ever go to any fan meets, right? They would sometimes bring along like a Pikachu car, like a Pikachu themed car, or like a Lolita themed car. I personally have gotten into the origami world. And so oftentimes I see some of my origami friends, they would have their license plates. Some of their license plates would say origami on it. That's considered to be a fan good, right? Official fan good-ish, or a fan loving of something.
Yeah. I just, in connection with anime being used to merchandise goods, this is a product from Lotte, these sort of crunchy little chocolate covered things, very tasty, but Doraemon is apparently the big sponsor, the big ad commercializing factor. And not only is he out on the outside of this nice thing, but there's also a little card with a little activity inside.
Yeah. And those are usually toy items. And so oftentimes anime is merchandise marketed towards young kids, which is unfortunate, but there are a lot of adult fans. So I usually end up buying a lot of stuff like that also, because if you ever see me going to the market, I usually end up buying all of One Piece, like any food items that have One Piece branding on them. I usually grab the entire thing of it. So another is I really want to talk about is if you ever have an Android phone. A couple of years ago, they actually had cell phone straps that were really, really popular. People end up buying a lot of cell phone straps and putting it on your phone itself. I personally don't have a cell phone strap component anymore because my phone is an iPhone now, but they do have all these things that you could stick to the lightning port, which I do have a couple of items that I could stick right to my iPhone if I wanted to. So I do have that. One other thing is that I would have to say is that I mentioned it in a previous episode, but gachapons or capsule toys are considered to be fan merchandising because they're like you could easily get them and they're like different representations of anime merchandising. Gachapons are capsule toys that you oftentimes don't get in the stateside. What you would often get is blind boxes. If you ever see blind boxes in like bookstores or or online or even at conventions, right? Blind boxes means that you give one price and you get a mystery box kind of setting. And you don't know what's inside of it. So oftentimes there's this one figure, that one pose, one look of it that you want, but then it turns out it's not. And so one time I actually Jikoku, one of the series I really liked, that's the one with the Jikoku administration. I actually literally, one of the blind boxes I got was a cell phone strap of one of the characters. And I eventually went to Otome Road in Japan. I actually found the pairing for that same exact merchandise in Otome Road, which is at the Mandarake store over there. Mandarake is considered, if I say Animate, is considered to be the new official merchandise that you could buy of the current series at the same time that the anime show is airing. Mandarake is where you get the used goods, and they would have stores filled with a lot of used items that include a lot of things. One thing about other than blind boxes, there is a current thing is known as a subscription box, where you pay a monthly fee and they send you a box full of stuff.
Which is something that is true in the States in general. Like you could have something focused on reading or something focused on yummy food, snacks or whatever.
Yummy foods and stuff like that. Yep. So in Japan for a very long time, because we are basically importing the culture of Japan to the United States, for a lot of times, because of items were limited edition, foreign international fans had to think of strategies in order to get products that were official in Japan. So they would use services such as proxy buyers, where they find a third party or a third company, right, that would officially purchase items for you, and then they mail it over to you. But outside of that, currently, Anime Japan do send over the seas if you could buy it at the same time. CD Japan, Yes Asia, they would also send out merchandise with extra goods, which reminds me also, Japanese, as I mentioned before, Japanese magazines would be having fan items with them. And while it could be a mystery box item for it, it's always nice to have a different type of slant on like prints and stuff like that. Which reminds me, New Type is considered to be a magazine of sorts. So New Type had an American subscription, American version before a couple of years ago, but then they stopped. And so right now, the Japanese magazine is still running. So, Zara, did you want to show something?
Yes, I do. So I was looking for my phone charm, which is of Iruka from Naruto, little cubified version. I think that this guy may have come in a blind box. It's the little fox spirit from, let me see, from whatchamacallit, from Natsume's Book of Friends, and comes with a little tatami mat for him to kneel on. This this guy may also have come in a blind box. But here's an actual blind box, which is everything related to a traditional room for a tea set. For tea, for the tea ceremony. And so I have the actual little setup for making the tea with the sweet, and I'm not quite sure what this is, but here's the brush, and the bowl the brush goes in is cut off. And so you would get different things from depending. So, and in addition, you see this piece of furniture. Actually, give you one chunk of it at a time. So
it's like a puzzle thing.
It is sort of like a puzzle thing, but it's I really enjoy the cute little things that you can get. I mean, this is a case where it's not anime related, but and while I'm showing a couple of non-anime related stuff that still can be popular with fans because of the kawaii factor, these are a little dessert in like puddings, and there's some milk tea in the form of an eraser, and some teensy weensy little cut citrus fruits. An eraser in the shape of ice cream. And not just chibi-ish things, but also traditional toys can be favorites. So there's this one, which is
the Japanese toy.
Yeah, it's a little airplane. I mean, the little spinner thing. And then I also have the traditional kendama somewhere. So things like that might show up in a manga or anime every now and then.
Oh yeah, that's the one where you actually have to do something.
I'm not sure yet. So you balance it on this, and then you're supposed to throw it, and this is supposed to land on here eventually.
It's supposed to.
I tried. So okay, carry on.
Oh, so what I think I forgot to mention is that let me check to see. Oftentimes, if you ever see anything of that nature, fans is considered to be a fan product. Uchiwa is a fan product, and so oftentimes it goes into the concept merchandising, which is something I personally have a great deal of feeling for. And so oftentimes, because there's so much concerts that happen every year, it's either one, you get the set list, yay, so you know what they're being performed. Two, you start to learn how to do certain dances or certain calls that you end up doing during the concert series, which is another way of showing that you love the artist. Another way is, so that goes into another area where it's like fan-based service, that fans showing a love of their artist that they totally support and all that stuff, other than giving them a lot of money. I always thought to myself is that, you would end up having to throw a lot of your money, your wallets at certain companies. And so far, I've spent a lot of money for it already. So whenever you go to concert merchandising, right? Concert merchandising, it's oftentimes like towels, like wristbands, street lights, and mostly like fan uchiwas, which oftentimes a lot of fans would create their own fans to bring to the concert themselves. And it's pretty much, I think it's also something nice. One thing I forgot to show is that one thing my friend recently, since this is a Christmas season right now, my friend actually sends me a Christmas photograph every year. And so this year, he actually sent me a card that had this on it. And then what you see in it is a Schmiskies, which is some blind box merchandising. So you could see that, different poses that you could have with it.
The light green critters.
Green critters, and you just go and it's fun. But also another thing I would often say is that if they would have any Neko Atsume merchandising, like the cat game at room thing, they would have blind boxes like that. Sanrio or Sanex products would often have like lots of really cute items, merchandises that they would sell, like a Kuretama with that half-baked egg, and then there's the other one which is Ageretsuko. They would have a lot of fan merchandising, like masks. Currently, because of the pandemic, there's a lot of people who buy masks that would have merchandise, merchandise logos right on it.
Yeah. Atomic City Comics says a bunch of those available for sale.
And then oftentimes, if you ever go to like artist alleys and all that, they would oftentimes collect. I mean, it's nice to have a poster size board or print size board, A4 paper or 8x11 paper. Personally, I don't have a lot of space in my room, so I often try to find the smallest smallest format possible. I am not prepared this time because I forgot to do another PowerPoint, but I'll probably do another PowerPoint for another time. But I actually went to artist alleys in conventions, and I actually asked them, commissioned art pieces so that it actually shows off a character I really like, Araru Norimake. Which reminds me, also when you get into the apps and all that stuff, right? If you ever have if you ever use the app for chat and talking, Line app, right? They would often have sticker sets that you could purchase from different artists or different companies that would oftentimes you could actually say, this is what you want to talk about. Hello, congratulations, Kiki's, and then oftentimes I buy a lot of those as well also. So that's my way of supporting stuff.
On the topic of stickers, Naruto, I think it was the Naruto books actually came with stickers, some really nice ones. There's also these which aren't quite stickers, but they are for paper crafting. Like if you wanted to create what's it called? This picture art book. It's like an album. There's a word for it. Anyway, scrapbooking. These are perfect for scrapbooking, but I just love seeing them all together like this. So I haven't even taken them out of the container yet. And harking back to the phone chains, here's an example of one. The teeny tiny Iruka, still in chibi form, as he was when he was a kid, basically. I'm going to also show these things. This is the Yuki's bracelet from Vampire Knight, which he uses to control Zero. So he doesn't act out. This is my sadly now broken Ed's watch from Fullmetal Alchemist. So you do see the symbol of the alchemy symbol on the back, but the cover which says never or not forget and the date is broke off. But it is a functional watch.
Watches is considered to be a fan product as well.
Yeah, bookmarks also, these lovely darned ones.
Yep.
And even a mouse pad.
Cups and mugs and mouse pads. Oh, mouse pads. Oh, you have the cheesy mouse pad.
Yes, this I trust is the official one. Uh,
They have a coloring book for Chi Sweet Home that came out from Vertical. Oh, there's also one is known as pillows.
Honey
Pillows are,
pillows?
yes, you could actually get pillow covers for them, and it's oftentimes your favorite character in a very sleeping pose. And of course,
Yes.
there is the infamous, which is probably banned now. It's called yaoi paddles, the paddles that they
Yeah.
actually end up banning because it's considered to be a weapon of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, those are like maybe like I think it was released based on maybe like to show off the fact that you're a fan, but then I think people started whacking them with people.
Yes.
So
You are not
that
actually
became it.
supposed to use them for whacking.
But I have also, so it's one of those things in which a lot of people would oftentimes spend with making or supporting the artist and supporting the fact that we are right now trying to import a culture from overseas. And oftentimes, any Japanese artist who comes and does a concert in the United States, they're often very surprised by how popular the music is for the scene. And in the last couple of years, I've gone to a concert series, which I totally appreciate because it has all the Japanese artists that would come, like True, who does the theme song for Violet Evergarden, or like even Jam Project is a group I totally love. And they would come and they would always talk about how they were feeling very grateful for that. Oftentimes, you only get to see Japanese artists come on when there's times of concerts, like when there's an anime convention. That is when you'll see a Japanese artist, from a singing artist, would be able to come over to America to do their concert series. The only two artists that were able to make it to Madison Square Garden, which is considered to be a very big time vendor, is Larkin Seal and X Japan.
Yeah.
And if you ever go to Japan, it's like Tokyo Dome or like Budokan or like Osaka Dome. These are stadium-sized locations where they would have concerts of different artists themselves. And every single summer, alongside Okamike, which also happens in the wintertime as well, right? There is a summer festival, Ani Mello. And oftentimes that's really popular for international fans to go to, which reminds me, if you're an Idol Master fan, right? You could actually make a flower arrangement and give it to the artist themselves.
Wow.
With a message. I mean, granted, it's something I never expect to see outside of funeral processions, but for fans, they would oftentimes make these elaborate flower arrangement setups, and they would give it to their favorite idol artist and all that stuff. Oh, that reminds me. Official merchandise also covers records. That's a popular item right now. People
seem LPs to like or CDs?
LPs, not CDs, LPs. They would come in these big boxes of merchandise goods.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like $60, $80 plus. Oh, tickets are considered to be like ticket stubs are considered to be fan merchandising as well also.
Yeah.
Because I got I saved practically all my ticket stubs. Yeah. Which reminds me, one time I actually, that might be a little bit too personal. One time I caught what?
Well, in addition to tickets, there's also convention badges that are
convention badges. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do you mind if I go into keychains briefly?
Keychains is fine.
Okay, so again with Chi, we have a very nice metal flat keychain. Then there's this kind, which I guess is made out of vinyl, which is somewhat raised, so you can sort of feel the different features, and so I definitely wanted a Full Metal Alchemist one, and then I got a pairing of Yuri from Yuri on Ice and Victor. Oh, and this is definitely official. You see the Crunchyroll information. And here's a non-official. This one actually might be a phone charm rather than a keychain, but it's from Chobits. And I think this is one I might have bought at Shanghai Bazaar also. Other flat goods. You can actually buy patches. So I've got Winry from Fullmetal Alchemist and Roy Mustang. And then there's a lot of series have trading cards where you get one trading card with your DVD or whatever. In this case, I bought them from another fan who was offering them on LiveJournal. And so this is a Japanese trading card for Prince of Tennis of the character Fuji. So presumably this could be used in a game. But there's something of the same dimensions, which is actually a clear card, which is probably like a smaller version of a Shitajiki. I mean, it can't be used as a Shitajiki pencil board, but it has some of the cool elements like the translucent. And the other cool thing about this is that they're in historical garb, which and the whole series of ones like that I really like.
You know, I actually went and purchased trading cards of all of Sailor Moon stuff. I think I spent over $200 on all the trading cards. Well, a huge amount of the trading cards that they had there. Trading cards are like the size of a baseball card. And so those are something you end up getting a lot of. I also have Yu Yu Hakusho trading cards also, which everything's right now piled up in my mother's apartment right now.
Do you mind if I go into figurines a little bit?
Yep.
Okay. So
you actually have the merchandise there.
Yes, this is a kind of cross between a keychain and a figurine. So you may recognize this character as the Black Magician or Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh, one of the card characters. And then if you press this button, you can see the art as it appears on the card. Hours of entertainment for the whole family. Do you see that?
I don't see it, Sarah.
But, okay, so this one is the physical version. Then if you press this button, it becomes this paper version. And now there we go. And it flips back.
Can you hold it higher?
Okay, yeah. Or actually, okay. I want it to get close, but not too close. So you see how it's a physical relief?
I don't see anything.
You're not seeing it not in my window, but in the other window?
Nope, I don't see anything.
You don't even see what I'm holding?
Do you have another window? Do you have another window?
Yes, I do have another window. Oh, right, you have the iPad. So you've been missing a lot of the images.
Oh, wait, hold up. Let me check the galleries. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So, yeah. So physical.
That is cool.
And then you press it. Whee! And then you press the little puzzle piece to make it go back.
Wow.
Okay, and more figurines. This is the biggest one I've got. And not anime precisely, but you will probably recognize. Yes, Godzilla. And
Kaiju.
Yeah, and this is one of the fanciest also in terms of posability. You can pose the tail in all sorts of different ways. You can pose the tiny little arms. You must feel like a Tyrannosaurus. You can even open the mouth. Yeah, move the big legs as well. So.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I remember I purchased a couple of years ago. One Piece had a series of action figures. POP, I believe that they're called One Piece picture portrait of pirates. And so I remember buying a lot of those used figures. And so it was one of my favorite
Linda, I'm
One of
not
my
hearing
favorite-
you all of a sudden.
I'm not? That's strange. Do you hear me right now?
No.
Maybe let me turn on my audio. Turn off audio again. Do you hear me now?
Huh.
Hmm.
Your voice just cut out.
It did
And
cut
it
out.
doesn't show you as being muted. I wonder if there's a button you hit on the iPad by accident.
Check. I controlled my sound, so let's see. Mic, test, 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 test. No? Test? Nope. Maybe I could try and get out. Get out and come back in.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that Linda will be right back with us together with her voice. In the meantime, I'm going to show you some.
Hello?
There's Linda again. Let's see if she's here.
Hello. I'm sorry. I left the room. Is it better now? Do you not hear me?
I hear your voice is very tiny.
Oh, I am sorry.
Let's see, maybe it's my bad.
I'm sorry. I'll try to speak in a more concise manner. So I got the One Piece Portrait of Pirates a couple years ago. I ended up giving away a couple of.
Okay.
Oh, okay, got it.
Now we have voice, but this is the very first moment at which the voice reappeared.
Oh, okay, sure. Whoops.
So go back a
Hopefully
little
I
bit.
will be. Oh, okay. So I have One Piece Portrait of Pirates. At that point, I bought like over 8 figures. It was not cheap sending it because I bought it and then mailed it back here. I think the shipping cost was like over $700. But I remember taking pictures of it because I really liked it a lot. And so, but I ended up having to disassemble that collection. Currently, I only have I have one figure that I totally will keep for the rest of my life, which is, if you ever see the pirate Brooks, I really love the figure for Brooks. And so I'm keeping that figure until I don't know when. And as well as also the chopper ones I keep. A lot of the chopper ones because the chopper ones are much more smaller. Another thing, Black Lagoon. I totally love this one figure from Black Lagoon. I think we have Black Lagoon in Free Library, right? Maybe. Oh, another fan item. I think Sarah and I forgot to talk about is drama CDs. That might be another thing that may be another thing that we could talk at another time.
Yeah, let's talk more about that in another time because I want to quickly get through these items if we can. So in addition to Godzilla, there's these items of this size that are very nice, but they seem to break really easily. So poor Kikyo got loose from her soul catchers here. And this is actually from Maison Ikoku. And it can separate right here at her foot, and this actual whole leg comes off, which is a little gruesome. And although she's all one piece, so that doesn't fall apart, I think she used to have the sailor, the moon wand or whatever, moon rod, I forget what it's called.
The moon rod. That looks like it's a Sailor Moon S1 or Sailor Moon original one. It's James.
Yeah, I think I got the second hand actually. Then we've got this again, a chibi version, a super deformed version of Kara. And this is really sturdy, all one piece together. Same with this, which is, I guess, my next largest figurine of Edward Elric. So yeah, nothing that can come off, fortunately. And same here with Seishomaru. But I am very disappointed with this one of Sango because her ponytail has come off and now won't go back. It was maybe, but it's such a small portion to try to glue that I don't know. A couple other things real quick. There's even a Lift the Flap book of Pokemon. So it's sort of like you guess who's the Pokemon based on the clue, and there's the whole thing. And the back end of Bulbasaur's. Oh, there he is. So
Pokemon has different Japanese names, not the American names. You have to remember that it's American names.
Yeah.
Not the Japanese names. Sorry.
Yeah. And it seems to be all in hiragana, so it's actually good for trying almost all. So it's good for practicing your Japanese if you are studying Japanese. Another thing that it sort of feels like an old-fashioned slide for a projector are these things. Let's see if I can. You can see that they are translucent. And so they're too big to be a regular slide projector slide. They give that feeling. Have that one, and also this one, and I think I have another one somewhere.
I think there's an official name for that. I cannot. It's clear cells, right?
Okay, maybe so. Cells. Yeah, though I think clear cells can be bigger. I also have a cell print somewhere from a Yaoi title, which I bought especially. Oh, here's the other. So then there's this Kuribo from Yu-Gi-Oh, which came with this sort of reverse image plaque. So I guess you can kind of, I guess it goes like this. But and there's a slot that maybe goes in a holder, but I don't have the holder. Okay, so I showed those things. Those I think are the main things I wanted to show. So any last words for our listening, viewing audience?
I'm sorry, I didn't exactly bring a lot of my merchandise games to the thing. I'm hoping that I'll put links to whatever I have in notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also remembered all the merchandises I've purchased because it promoted a product like tea drinking. There's a bottle company, and there's always a lot of images. So
why don't you whatchamacallit? Why don't we at least part of the next time, if you bring any merch from home, we can look over that. We'll talk about drama CDs as well.
Oh, okay. So next week, that reminds me. Yeah, we're gonna end. Oh, this is right now 11:59. So we have to get off. So happy holidays. Next time we're gonna talk about some more fan goods and stuff like that.
And Kikyo is waving to you, wishing you a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Bye.
Happy holidays. Stay safe. Stay safe.
Yes. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.